stab at a little kind of behind the scenes posing video here, see if it's any interest. I've tried a few of these before and I'm kind of a little bit too focused on this to really talk much to the camera, but I'll give it another shot. So we're here posing the Star GaoGaiGar option set. Just sort of general, I'll probably avoid spoilers less in these videos just because I'm kind of just talking off the cuff here. Maybe we'll get into a little bit of some of the ridiculous things that happen in GaoGaiGar and probably mostly the frustrations of me trying to fill this out. So you can kind of see here we got this somewhat thick instruction booklet, obviously entirely in Japanese, not giving a lot, you know, it's like not as much fun putting these together as kind of I would have hoped. Oh my god, please don't tell me you have to take this entire thing apart. No, okay. I was like, all right, we're about to maybe just give up on this if I would have had to take, no, if you have to like take the entire thing apart to put this back together. Final Fusion. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so there's like a little stand. They actually didn't even update the pictures in this from the last version. You could see that it still has, you could see right there, it's still got the black stand, which was in the previous version. You could also see that the gold is a little dull, though in a few of the later pictures it looks a little bit more chrome-ish. So yeah, GaoGaiGar. I mean, I just watched this show because the opening was really awesome. I bought a DVD set a long time ago, and it was just like one of the trailers on. I was like, this show looks ridiculous. I bought it, or I got the DVDs, and actually rented them from Netflix, and then I never watched them. And then, like 10 years later, I was playing Super Robot Wars for Nintendo Switch, and GaoGaiGar was featured prominently, and I was like, I should watch this show. And I was just, I mean, this show is ridiculous. It's not an amazing show. It's fun. It's definitely more for kids. I think that the sequel, original video animation, which was kind of like a little direct to DVD thing, I think that is a little bit more of like the promise of the ridiculousness of what GaoGaiGar could be. Obviously, you can't really watch that without seeing the rest of the show. I still don't understand how this gets on there. What the heck? Okay, so we got this thing. Here's where the wing goes in. Like, it just shows it like click into, okay, so it's got those two things on the edge there. This thing's got a lot of buttons and clips that don't really seem to matter. Ah, there we go. Okay, just had to line up the clips and just put that right in there. So we got the first one in. All right, we'll do the second one. Oh boy. Stuff is already falling apart. Okay, I see. You gotta line that up. Okay. I feel like the book's really keeping a lot of secrets from me here. So, yep, got the second one in. Okay. And I think this guy is already primed to get attached to the back of GaoGaiGar. Yeah, it is. So you can kind of pose this guy either separately or put him on the back. And you know, I could see that. It's just, you know, there's only so much of my shelf space that I'm ready to dedicate to GaoGaiGar. Okay, so here's the part about if you want to do them separately. Okay, so here's the final fusion. So when GaoGaiGar makes his final version, that's called like the final fusion. Everything in the show has a ridiculous name. There's a lot of other robots. We'll look at a bunch of them, and every robot is completely different. None of them are the same. Well, there is a standardized robot kind of format, and then there's like these evil Chinese robots that they teach the value of friendship, and then they join their team. But everyone has their own form. The GaoGaiGar ones are kind of weird because the Gao machines, they don't really do anything except for they like show up. They basically just show up and then form and fuse. So it's like barely, you know, they just want to have a cool kind of fusion scene, which I don't blame them. All right, there's a lot of stuff in this book that you don't need, and I kind of wish that they had made that clear to me earlier. Oh, that's cool. You can kind of mix and match the kind of jet effect parts. So if you don't want them to be, you could do black and teal. And I think you might be able to get like some sort of nice combinations, especially considering the stand. So you can kind of just, so you could either make this whole thing teal. You could do teal with the black with the teal. I'm gonna try the black with the teal. I think that'll look nice. But yeah, so GaoGaiGar kind of just has like a Monster of the Week format. You know, they're basically every episode a Zonder shows up. There's like these 4 robots that are kind of like run things, like the main bad guys, and one of them's named like Pizza. And then, you know, they kind of like twirl their mustaches, and they find some like human who's like maybe upset with, you know, their life for whatever reason. They're like, oh, you should turn to a robot. And they're usually like, no, I don't want to turn into a robot. And they turn him into a robot anyway. And then they go on like a rampage. And then GaoGaiGar beats them, teaches them the meaning of friendship and all that jazz. And, you know, then they get on with their life. It was sort of unclear to me what they were doing with the people. Because at one point it seemed like maybe they were like wrongfully imprisoning them. But then sort of like later on in the episodes, they sort of like recruit all the people that had been affected and like basically give them jobs. So it's kind of a cool message. It's like, oh, you know, yeah, we understand, you know, you had like a raw deal in life. So, you know, we'll give you like a second chance, you know, in our cool space defense force, which like I'm into. To be fair, the show doesn't really play up into this this kind of social aspect of it, but I think they should. I think they should have. I think it would play well. Yeah, I'm digging the teal on teal here. It's a really nice looking teal. There we go. I think that if I had the black stand, I would probably have gone full on teal with the effects, but since I don't want to like overdo it with the color here as much as I actually do like teal. And you can't see it, but I am wearing teal pants. But YouTube might block me if I got into any more details about that. It's like even this stand is like ridiculous. Like I need like a mechanical engineering degree just to put the stand for this figure together. Like if I wanted to do this much work, I would buy the model. It's like gotta like, they should have like a task rabbit or something where someone just comes to your house and builds and then just puts these together for you. That would obviously probably make this channel a lot less interesting. Or I don't know, maybe the guy they hire or woman they hire will be more interesting than me. All right, let's see. So we got this base over here. And I don't understand what this is telling me to do. Oh, okay. I think think what there's, no. I don't know why there's two. Oh, I know why there's two of these. Okay, I understand now. Okay, so one goes over here. It seems like they could have just put this all together. Like, did they really need to do this? Maybe just everyone, maybe just other people are like much better at putting these together than I am. Maybe I'll learn. Maybe I'll look back at this video and be like, I can't believe it took me that long to do this. I wish I had recorded how long it took me to put together GaoGaiGar, because like I got that and I thought it was going to be like the Megazord I had when I was a kid, and I was like, oh cool, I'll just like move a few things and be done with it. I had like 30 minutes in between like some things I was doing, and oh boy, I still don't even think I put it together correctly, to tell you the truth. But I was like, oh, I'll just get this stand and put it on the stand, and hopefully that'll work out. I still don't understand how this thing goes on here. All right, so we got this guy, we got the base, and at the curve, this is supposed to kind of, oh, okay, I see. So this is kind of like slightly indented here. There we go. Okay. We have successfully made the bottom portion of the base. Oh no. Okay, that's if you just want to put. Okay. Wow, this is a really, really involved base. So this, jeez. All right, so this goes here. Like that. And then these guys, I mean, I guess this needs a lot of support. I hope this really gives an idea of how complicated it was to put together the actual figure, where even the base is this challenging. All right, okay, we have the base compiled. Now this piece I don't need. That's if you just want to have the stealth Gao attached, which I don't. All right, so now it's showing you how to just kind of reform the entire GaoGaiGar. Fortunately, we don't need to do that. We just need to take off the stealth Gao and put on the stealth Gao 2, which I'm sure is more easily said than done. Okay, there's another little piece on the bottom here. It's really hard to tell what these pieces are. Oh, they have numbers. They have letters, maybe. Let's see here. So there's B, C, and D. So C goes onto the bottom of GaoGaiGar. Let's try to figure out which one is C. I feel like this doesn't match any of the pieces on here. Maybe this one will match. I feel like, oh, this one also doesn't match. Maybe, is this it? Oh, okay, here it is. I'm looking at the wrong one. I don't know what these do. Put this back. Okay, so let's put this over here for safekeeping because we're gonna need that. Let's quickly take a look, see if I need any of these other ones. Otherwise, I might just be able to put this away. I just feel like seeing pieces here that I've not used is making me a little worried. Oh, okay, that's the stand. Okay, so GaoGaiGar has another portion of him called Goldimar. That's going to be subject of a new video. Give a little bit of a preview here. That guy got a re-release as well. Like I said, the Ultimate King of Braves version, which has kind of the more kind of chrome-plated gold. That guy is coming out later in the year. That also doesn't match. Okay. So they have like a little add-on for him as well. So I should make sure to put this piece somewhere safe so I don't lose it, because I will need that later on. Okay, so now we have to take off this. Take the back off of this guy. Oh dear goodness. I feel like this booklet tells me everything I need to do except the thing I want to do, which is how to take this off. So I'm gonna put it on. Oh, okay, so kind of these. So these things kind of clip. Right, I forgot. Okay, so these kind of lion ear things clip. Those are part of the stealth Gao. Sorry, can't really. There we go. Of course, all of this is like incredibly delicate paint. The head's got to come off, or at least some portion. Yeah. All right. Got his little mullet there. Does this have a latch or something? Okay, so this just clicks. I think I separated everything that needs to be separated, and I think this should just click off if I apply enough pressure. Perfect. I'll put this on the side here. Now, I kind of talked about it in one of the previous videos that I didn't like that. I felt like this figure didn't quite have enough, oh boy, didn't quite have enough detail, kind of especially given the price. And I kind of still follow that, you know, kind of just look over here and it's just kind of a bland white color. You kind of look over there, sort of in this plate area. It's again just like a plain black color that doesn't really have a lot of detail. Whereas like if you look at the drill Gao, you know, it's kind of got a lot of detail on the sides there. You know, the horn's got a lot of details. You know, this foot's got a lot of details. Like all the individual pieces have a lot of detail to them, but there we go, click that guy back into place. But then the fully formed figure doesn't have a lot of detail. Like for instance, take a look at the back of this stealth Gao. I mean, it's cool. It's got the GaoGaiGar symbol, this kind of triple G logo there, kind of also in a matching teal, which I think is really nice. And then, you know, it's got these lines, it's got these vents, it's got all this cool stuff, but you really can't see it at all when the figure is being posed. All right, now let's see. So I've taken that one off. How do I put this one on? I'm not quite sure. Let's take a look. So that's kind of empty there. Okay, so somehow bunch of this stuff comes out. Ah, there we go. Okay, so this, oh, okay, yeah, I remember this now. So this comes out, and I think then it kind of folds back into, so this kind of sticks out like that, and then it folds back into place somehow. And then you got the little spot here for his head. I think there's one other piece I have to move. Okay, so you clip those back. Nope, I think there's still something else that I gotta do here. Okay, so open that up, fold in the wings, take out the part with the head. Okay, there we go. Oops. We're almost there. All right. Let's plug his head in first. So get that kind of like, and it has a separate face. I don't really know the difference between the faces. Clip that in like that. Push that back. We got way too much stuff going on here. Okay. See, kind of then it kind of rests in there, and then that opens up the clips that attach for the stealth Gao. While I got him open, just keep this between you and I. So he's got a little, oops, a little add-on on the bottom here that lets him clip onto the stand. Oh, that clipped on surprisingly easy. There's I mean, you could feel the heft of this figure. There's a lot of metal parts in it, but again, it just seems like there's all these like cool hidden parts of it, and all these things that you can't see have exquisite detail. But then when you kind of make his final form, which I would imagine, you know, the majority of people who are building this figure want, then you just kind of see some bare plastic, which is a lot less interesting. We are in the home stretch here. Let's put this over here. I gotta clip that king loose, and there's a clip that is important to getting this guy in place. Okay. So we got the arms back in there. Nope. Fell again. And now it's completely off. All right, now we can attach this to him. We'll see how well this goes. I'm not going to be horribly optimistic about getting this in a reasonable period of time, but let's see. Stand over there. So there's basically like 4 clips you got to get on. There's this, so you get the 2 clips from the arm. It's like almost easier to do it in reverse. I will say the Stealth Gout does look really, really cool. Just wish this guy went together a little bit less trouble. There we go. That sounded like something broke, but I think that means we actually did it correctly. Okay, we are, oh boy, okay, now that's just the stand that we added on. We did lose a head. Okay, so now the head goes on, and then it's gotta go, and so the head goes on like that. This is kind of like a shield for his head. No, that's wrong. Let's see. Oh, there's 2 parts to it. Does this clip into place? What do we got here? Let's try doing this backwards. Let's click his head into here. It's kind of like a little thing that clicks into place, suppose, or so it looks like. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta do it in reverse. All right. So you can actually see that the gold plating on the middle piece, so kind of got the gold plating on here on the lion. That definitely seems to match the color on that. And that's definitely less of kind of a chromy color than the sides, but I think that they're kind of far enough away that it doesn't look, you know, too odd. All right, now let's look. think you just click those into the stealth Gao. Oh, and what's also actually kind of cool is you can take these chrome things off and put them around his arms. I think that's what one or two of those other pieces I wasn't sure about were for. And you could use some of his attacks. In his original form, he has an attack called the Broken Magnum. And I will leave it to your imagination as to who or why they may have come up with that or what it might signify. But then he gets like an updated version with these gold rings. He kind of has two versions of the attack. One fires the rings out at people, and one is like a wall. I think it's called Phantom Wall and Phantom Ring. You can kind of see, just from talking about the Gatling driver as well, that sort of every one of his attacks kind of has a offensive and a defensive capability. And I think, I don't know, I feel like the show never brought this up, but I was doing some reading before the show, and they sort of imply that maybe like one of his arms is sort of like a positive energy and one of them was like negative. And I guess they never explicitly say it in the show, and obviously I'm not smart enough to interpret shows that are designed for children. But his final ability does cause some feedback because he kind of has like this, differing energy kind of thing here. That does not click into place as satisfyingly as I would have liked it to. Okay. Let's get this little stand piece back on, and I'm going to take these off because these are not really held on and they're going to fall off by the time I get them back in the stand. Oh my goodness, who knows what other horrible things I might do while trying to get this stand on. What other thing might click out and ruin this entire thing? I think it goes in like this. Let me just try it the other way because it seems when you look at it, it looks like it's supposed to click into place. And it doesn't. There we go. All right. Let me take a look at this guy because I'm curious what he looks like now. Did I put this on upside down? I feel like it's supposed to be a star. Oh no. Put the wrong one on. Oh, so close. So close. It's all right. I'm an old pro at doing this now because I've done it so many times today. Well, you can see, folks, see behind the scenes of me trying to get these things to work. And probably also explain why it wasn't like super chromy, as I thought it was when I looked at it earlier. Alright, well, we got it off a lot faster this time. This part just does not want to stay on for anything. For all the everythings. You could probably tell why I built this guy and then did not open up any figures for another 8 months. There we go. Okay, so we're back to where we should have been quite a few minutes ago. All right, let's see what we could do now. Oh, see, now this one, you just take this head off altogether and it just clips right in. It doesn't bother with the whole head shield thing, which I think makes a lot of sense. Something's not quite right. And this is this. Let's try again. What's going on here? I don't know what is. There we go. That should do it. Ugh. Those noises sound very good. These guys are not quite lining up where they need to be. right, there's the head. There we go. I don't know what I did, but we're in there, baby. All right, GaoGaiGar is back, and he is looking better than ever. All right, so I'm gonna put the Gatling driver on his arm, and then I'll leave his other arm open for when we do the Goldion hammer. Oh, they're telling me there's like some other add-on piece I'm supposed to put on here. Oh, I guess there's like another one that kind of like holds it in place. They claim you could do that. There we go. Okay. That guy's open over there. Let's see if this will just out that other part. Not quite sure how you're supposed to pose him. You can't really bend his arm. But the driver goes below sort of the rest of his body. I gotta have it out to the side a bit. All right, I guess I could live with that. And we'll put this over here for later when we go to add in Goldemar. It's kind of weird that that's not teal, but I guess because the hammer itself isn't teal, so they wanted it to like match. Let's see what pose it has on the front here. feel like let's see. No, I think I should be able to take this off. I think I put that on backwards. There we go. Yeah, then I'll be able to bend the arm a little bit more. There we go. And then this guy will slide in there somehow or another. All right, yeah, there we go. Now we got a lot more. We got some more posability here. I want you for the triple G core. All right, let's put his feet down. He's got these like high heels on, which very, very practical for space battles. And let's put this guy over here. That's very lopsided. I guess it'll even out when we put this on, hopefully. Ish. Let me take a look, see how this guy looks now. I mean, I think it definitely takes away. I think having all those cool, having like the chrome and these giant things all over his arms sort of take away, kind of distract from some of the blandness of some of the other parts. So I'm kind of digging it. And that is the posing of GaoGaiGar.